And am I on live stage?
Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you're live. I'm going to send a message, and it sounds good on your end. Perfect.
No, I can't
all
see
right.
you really anymore, but that's what
Okay.
hope.
It's Jason, Steve, and I at the moment. The others will be joining, so you can get set up there.
Well, I think I'm set up. I'll just wait to be on stage, and then I'll flip over to the presentation and share my screen.
I think we're on stage.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you can just go to the presentation if you want, Derek.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to kick off the presentation, and then for everybody in the audience, so we're just going to go through the rest of the pitches here, and then at the end of the event, we're going to have, so in the last section, we'll have everybody go to the Startup Boost to interact and, ask any questions or learn more about Faction from the first pitch. But yeah, I'll hand it over to you, Derek, to kick off the Huddle Up pitch.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Derek Luby, and I'm here to introduce you to Huddle Up. Huddle Up Learning helps teams implement change collaboratively, and we do that by transforming the way that teams collaborate and learn. You can think of it like this. We're like your learning management system combined with Slack, because we let you interact with peer feedback. And although we just launched in January, we're already making an impact on a number of organizations that you can see below. So I've been an educational leader for 25 years, and it doesn't matter if you're in a school or a company or even an online cohort like this. There's a big disconnect when we say we want things like collaboration and action and building a community, but we design online experiences that look like this. And we've all been a part of them. Not only are we bored, we're isolated as we sit alone, and they're incredibly ineffective. They're so ineffective that only 12% of employees apply new skills. So while this is incredibly frustrating, it's also a massive waste of time and money. And it's really no mystery why. Our learning platforms are outdated. We know how we want to learn, and we know what research tells us. We want to be social and interactive. We want to take action by sharing our ideas and solutions. And then we want to get feedback on those ideas, and we want to give feedback to others. Because we want to be in an experience where we can learn from each other, not from a top-down model where only the instructor is there. But that's just not how our current platforms are set up at all. In fact, I'm sure some of you right now are thinking, hey, Derek, I don't think we need Huddle Up because we collaborate over on Zoom. But I would ask you to say this. The reason that we have to think like this, that we collaborate on one set of platforms and we learn on another set, is a false dichotomy. Shouldn't those two things go together? The reason we all think like this is because our current LMS platforms, they just don't help us learn from each other. And so we're always thinking in this, I'm over here or I'm over here mode. But obviously learning and collaboration go together. And if we could bring them together in one platform, we could have all of our data and thinking succinctly summarized there. It would mean that we would have fewer Zoom calls and better Zoom calls because we'd have a platform where these two things naturally interact. And so here's how we have solved this problem at Huddle Up. We've created a platform from the ground up that's focused on helping users take action. They take action by sharing ideas and solutions. Of course, they can still watch videos, they can take quizzes, but that's not the goal. Because when we take action, then we can connect users with feedback, qualitative and quantitative feedback, so we can learn from each other, so the team makes progress together instead of the top-down model that we're all familiar with. So when we do this, we give we're giving organizations a solution-focused interactive community so they can go after the outcomes that we all want. That's what Huddle Up provides. So here's a short video to show you how we do that.
From your project homepage, you can see how Huddle Up encourages cohorts to interact and learn from one another. Users will complete tasks from the to-do list. In doing so, they'll share ideas and solutions by text links or videos. One of the to-do list tasks is called a huddle. In a huddle, users share feedback on each other's ideas. In this particular huddle, the user is completing a rubric customized by the project leader. From the feedback hub, users can view each other's ideas, and of course, they can revisit their own idea, where they will see compiled feedback from others in their cohort. The interaction helps each user improve, and it strengthens the connection of the cohort, as they learn not only from the project leader, but from each other's shared ideas and feedback.
So that's a model that's not out there in any platform today. And it's why we believe it's the future of how teams and organizations are going to want to collaborate and learn. And we're already getting some great feedback from a diverse set of users, from educational institutions like K-12 and higher ed, and our target markets of consultants and experts and trainers, and even online platforms like community and online course creators. So to sum up, there's three things that differentiate us. We are solution focused, we are interactive, and when you put those two things together, you can finally build a community that can learn from each other. So let's talk about how we solve problems for our target market and how we're going to make money. The experts are our initial target market. When we say experts, we mean consultants, coaches, chief learning officers. They want a platform that can deliver results. They want to implement change. And they finally have a platform now where they can facilitate that change with their group. We have a pricing model based on tiered plans, based on the features and per user cost. But for example, our pro plan comes in at $100 per month for 25 users. And the experts will pay because of the value add we offer. It gives them an additional revenue stream. Most importantly, it lets them facilitate the collaborative learning of the group so they get the results. It also means fewer meetings, less travel, and because all of our ideas and thinking are archived, it sets itself up for repeat business as those consultants work with those groups over time. And of course, it's easily scalable. You click a button and you can use that experience or modify it for another group. But we're not just solving problems for the expert or the consultant. We solve problems for everyone in that story. We give organizations a way to save time and money, and think of it from the individual and team perspective. You now have the space to share your thinking asynchronously, not like a Zoom meeting where you have to battle for airtime, but all of those ideas get out there, and that means fewer meetings and better collaboration. Now, I could talk to you about the huge market we're in, and the fact that we are in the fastest growing segment of that market, which is called blended learning. But honestly, I'm more excited about the beachhead that we've already established with our initial target market. We're going after educational consultants because we think that's the best match. And you can see already we have a diverse set of users. You guys there can hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, just making sure. You can see we have primarily consultants and training organizations that have been using us. Some of them have huge networks, but we have established this diverse user with very little marketing and sales. These are mostly referrals. So we're ready to build this out. I'm sure you're probably wondering, how do we compare with everything else that's out there? It's a good question because there's lots of different platforms people can use. There's learning management systems, there's project management, there's certainly collaboration platforms we're all aware of, and there's platforms that focus on community. But you can see how Huddle Up is unique because we're an all-in-one solution. And so we've already established agreements and we're in conversations with others because we don't see these companies as necessarily competitors. We see them as potential partners who are going to want the value add that Huddle Up can offer. Our competitive advantage is we're all in one. We're the first to market. We've got one patent and one patent pending. And these three differentiators that I spoke of before not only set us apart from the competition, but they're also the future of where this space is heading. That's our grounded belief. And if you believe it with me, we'd certainly like to talk with you after this. I'm going to, for the sake of time, skip our unique benefits. I'm going to gloss over our bottom-up financials. And I'm going to not share much about our small team that got us this far, because I want to talk about where we are right now and where we're going. We're gaining users every week. As you can see, we launched in 2021, but the product didn't come out until January of this year. And we've already got a diverse user base using it. And as I said, that's growing each week. We want to validate and scale this, and that's where we need your help. In 2023, we want to build out what's called LTI integration so we can link with existing LMS platforms and other platforms. And we also want to start white labeling and co-branding for organizations and institutions to use on their own. Our current structure is this. The project's been primarily funded by me, along with a few angel investors. As I said, we have 2 patents going. We obviously have an MVP already developed that's adding value, and we have a clean cap table. We are ready to roll. We just want to find the right partners to help mentor us and scale this and build it correctly. We're seeking $500,000 in safe notes so that we can hit our 2-year target of $3 million in revenue, at which time we'll be cash flow positive as well. And you can see from our pie charts here that since our development launch in January, we are no longer spending a lot on site development, and we want to use these funds to significantly ramp up sales and marketing efforts. So we know this space is ready for a big change. People are ready to move away from this passive kind of isolating model of learning, and we have a solution right here. We're hoping you want to get in on the ground floor of this and learn more. Now, we know we don't have all of this figured out, but we certainly know we have a powerful idea, one that can scale really quickly and one that's going to make a difference with people. And so if you're interested in talking, we'd love to continue the conversation. Thanks for your time, and I'm happy to answer questions you guys have.
Perfect. Yeah, great job, great presentation. We'll be rotating who kicks off the questions throughout. On this one, Jonathan, would love to have you kick off any questions or feedback for the Huddle Up team.
Yeah, I think a lot of my questions were more on just the go-to-market strategy in this beginning stages here too. So like, what does the next few months look like for you? How do you just continue to grow things from here? And just the initial marketing channels you're using to start with.
Yeah. Initially, we're probably going to continue doing things organically until we can get some investment and kind of ramp things up. But that includes, at the moment, we have an active campaign platform. We've been doing a lot of LinkedIn with Sales Navigator and Expandy, a platform called Expandy. So we're doing some automated outreach with Hootsuite and Expandy to try to just garner interest. But like I said, a lot of that has come from some content blogging and outreach via LinkedIn and referrals, frankly. So we're going to try to continue to do things organically. We're trying now, I think we're getting to a bit of a turning point where we can start to really turn to larger organizations. As you saw on that previous slide, we're currently in some talks with some pretty big organizations with their fingers in a lot of different network distributions. So I think we're in a better position to have those conversations now than we were even 6 weeks ago.
Great.
Perfect. And then I guess the time's running out here, but again, towards the end of the event, we're going to have startup boosts where you can go and ask questions directly, get to know the Huddle Up team, and get all your questions answered. So great job. Great question there. And we're going to move over to the Dirty Laundry Solutions pitch.
Thanks.
Ooh, I didn't.
Oh, do I need to stop sharing probably?
No, I was supposed to hit redirect, but I guess everyone click agenda, and then we'll all move over to the next pitch.